So we watched the instruction videos, 4 minutes long, and then Chris is like, I'm not gonna watch or follow that. I'm just gonna go to town. So we're gonna watch what Chris does. Because I know how to do it now because I just watched the video. But we're gonna. Chris is like, I'll quit. I quit. Like, forget this. I'm out. First Jeep, and you guys are already.
God, this is a harassment.
Yo, what's up, Brite Nation?
What's up, Lite Nation?
Do that again. Yo, what's up, Brite Nation?
What's up, Brite Nation?
There you go. So we got Ryan here in his what year JK?
2017.
2017 JK, who is our first customer, right? We're popping cherries here at the shop. So the lift is up and ready. Almost. It just needs to be wired. But today, we don't need really the lift. What do we got going? What did you bring us?
I got a Motobilt, frame chop rear bumper, Powerstop big brake kit, and a rear Antirock sway bar.
Right there. Sweet. Yeah, so the Motobilt rear frame kit, we actually have to chop. Chris, has to chop the rear frame, weld it up, and then it comes with like a flush mount bumper. And like you said, you have a full big brake kit, and then a rear anti-rock to go with that, because I think cutting that either gets into the sway bar or you're just wanting the rear end. Oh, you have a front anti-rock, you just haven't put the rear on yet. Awesome. Well, we'll go through this and get started and show you some skill work. Let's go over real quick. Let's go over your Jeep real quick while Chris is getting ready. What you got? So it looks like you got some metal cloak steering up front.
Yes.
Some metal cloak steering, anti-rock, JCR front bumper.
Cut off hoop.
Whose fenders?
Those are JCR fenders.
JCR fenders. And then what lift do you run? You run a rock crawler?
The rock crawler X Factor. It's a 3.5 inch.
3.5 inch X Factor, and you're on 37s, right?
Right.
And it looks like with the 37s, it looks like you had to run some these 1.5 inch spacers?
Yeah, 1.5 inch spacers so I can clear the control arm and all that. So.
Gotcha. So these are like little things you need to worry about or think about. Now you're running, this isn't a Rubicon, so you just got a Dana 30 up here on 37s.
I do.
That is pretty tiny. That is a little guy.
Hey.
Not poking fun, but you know, 37s, that's pushing it. Looks like you have upgraded ball joints?
Yeah, I did the ball joints. I got the upper and lower C's welded in. C gussets.
Oh, you did? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so factory axle shafts.
So if you see here, he has these gussets because what happens is with that extra weight, it'll bend these little guys here. So he has C gussets welded there, and then what did you say was the next thing?
I put in the 10 factory shafts.
Oh, okay, so you have upgraded shafts.
So.
Looks like he has a Terraflex front brake kit, but he was saying the pedal was just feeling too mushy. He's had it all flush at the dealer, so that's why he's going to the stock tech to see if that helps out. Yeah, because those are pretty big.
Yeah, they're big, but it's just a squishy pedal, and I don't like the feeling. So
gotcha.
We're gonna swap it out.
So Genrite aluminum sliders with the steel covers here. Again, rock crawler, and you've got the Falcon one of these 3.3s.
Yes. 3.3s.
Now with the Falcon 3.3s, what's nice is you can adjust. You have different adjustments for your compression and rebound right here with this guy. So if you want to make it, see right there, just turn those. The only thing that's a little is that the shocks hang down super low. So if you're to come off a rock, it's the only thing I don't really like about those. Now they do make skid plates, and I see you don't have those.
Right. Yeah. Not yet.
You might look at getting the skid plate. So there's a skid plate that bolts on. And that just helps you when you come off, you hit a rock, it just slides over that. But that is one of the only things I'm not personally a fan of, but they are a good shock. All right, so you got a tire carrier.
Terraflex tire carrier.
Terraflex tire carrier. And it looks like he has aftermarket tail lights and headlights. I'll show you the headlights on here. What are these, JW speaker?
Yeah, the JW's up there.
Okay, so JW speaker headlights. KC light bar. We got a KC light bar. And then the interior on this is actually really, way nicer than mine. It's actually, this Jeep's actually taken care of. It's really clean, man. So it looks like he's got all his switches up top there. Do you have lockers in this?
I do.
Okay, so he has lockers on his Dana 30. That's cool.
Eaton lockers, front rear.
Eaton lockers. Really clean build. Really, really nice. Now these aren't bead locks, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of what we started with with our first, yeah, those are just street locks. Our first vehicle coming in here is like all clean. I'm like, Chris, do a good job. No, he's been doing a good job anyway. All right, so where are you starting at, Chris? What are we doing? You took the wheels off?
Took the wheels off, gonna yank the bumper off because I gotta chop the frame.
We'll kind of walk you through what he's doing on chopping the frame and what needs to be done as he figures it out. It'll probably have a whole new frame on it before he gets done with it. So the goal here is basically to cut the frame right inside, because you can't. That's a body mount, so you can't cut it past that. So they have a template, but we're gonna cut the frame off.
We can totally cut that mount right up. We just move it in.
We just move. Yeah, you could move the mount over here.
We're just gonna bob the Jeep right here. We're gonna cut it right here. We're just gonna shorten this up. And cut
It's not a
this off.
Gladiator, dude. Oh, that's what they do to Gladiators. So one thing to keep in mind with this back half kit, cutting this off, is that you do lose your tow hitch. So if you're somebody that likes to tow, you don't get that anymore.
Bicycle rack.
A bicycle rack, if you like, yeah. So this is not for you. So we watched the instruction videos, 4 minutes long, and then Chris is like, I'm not gonna watch or follow that. I'm just gonna go to town. So we're gonna watch what Chris does, because I know how to do it now, because I just watched the video. But we're gonna. Chris is like, I'll quit. I quit. Like, forget this. I'm out. Like, the first Jeep, and you guys are already.
The harassment.
What are you doing, Chris?
Going faster.
So, if you're new to any kind of fab or anything, this little guy right here is a plasma cutter, and a plasma cutter cuts through metal like butter, literally like a hot knife through butter. And it just uses compressed air and an arc to superheat. It's like electrons and bullshit. I don't know. It's science.
I don't know. It just cuts things.
So a good buddy of mine who actually kind of got us into off-road, he's actually who got me into drifting as well. He used to have a plasma cutter, and when they first started drifting, he'd bring kids 240s in and take a plasma cutter and cut the springs to lower them. They didn't have money or really the know-how to do the suspension. So they bring the cars in, go up 2 coil springs, just cut it off, and then just drop the car back on it, and bam, it was slammed on the ground. That's how I learned about plasma cutters.
Ta-da! Oh, we need a scrap pile.
Oh, we need a scrap box.
We need a scrap box.
Rock the scrap box.
We got a JK trailer hitch for sale, if anybody needs that.
Oh, look at you guys. Look at these guys doing the filming.
You gotta film your own builds here.
Yeah, you gotta film your own builds here. All right, so we're watching the video here, and you'll see the frame rail end cap that goes on and how they fit it. So you can see here, they just kind of fit it up to the outside, and there's a big gap here because the frame overlaps and there's a notch. And I mean, it works, but that's a big gap to weld.
Position the frame rail tabs over the notch portion of your frame rails then tack and weld it in place.
So you can see all that. So I mean, that's all weldable, I guess, but it just is what it is. But let's go over here and let's look at what Chris has done, because Chris didn't really like that. So that's the opening right here, and you can see that where the frame overlaps, there's this notch, and that was where the big hole was at. So Chris went ahead and notched it out, and it sits. Look at that. So you saw it on the other video, how it sat. That's much better, Chris.
It's not even welded in either.
I know, that's not even welded, right? That's just sitting in there.
Like friction.
But I mean, sure, it's fine. You can go to the outside like that, but that's much cleaner. This is a very clean Jeep, and this is why I want to show. Like, this is the kind of work that Chris does. Does it matter in the end? No, but Chris can't let it go, knowing that like he can't do that.
I mean, what happens if the bumper falls off? If the bumper falls off, it's got to look good underneath too.
Quick tip. So if you're doing this, he has these all ready, and we were gonna I don't know if he was going to weld them in, but he didn't. We're fitting the cross member first, and we found out why you don't weld this in first and box that in, because it would solidify it. Problem is, this is such a tight fit that you actually have to like pry on the frame rail. Yeah, so like right here, he had to actually pry on the frame rail to get this out, which if you already welded that in,
Body mount.
you would be kind of screwed, or you'd be on the end of this, like grinding this down, get it to fit. So make sure you fit up the cross member, get it in there, weld the cross member first, or at least get it bolted up, and then you're good to go. You gotta think ahead sometimes on that stuff. All right, so we got it fitted, tacked, and now
We're gonna weld it up.
having technical difficulties, so Chris is swapping to a new helmet here. Hopefully this one works.
Hopefully it works, because we're out of options right now.
So before the bumper goes on, here's the finished product of the chop kit. It looks super beautiful OEM. Looks great. You did a great job there, Chris.
Thanks!
Now, as you can see, yeah, he's sliding the rotors on. So he's got drilled and slotted rotors front and rear, bigger rotors front and rear, and bigger calipers. So you can see here, like, those are the big Terraflex ones. Those are actually pretty big brakes, but he didn't like the way they were working out. And now, here's his new fancy ones. So these aren't as big.
Those calipers are so big that the master cylinder doesn't push enough volume to fill up. Because those are big.
Those are big, but he said that his model year, the 2017, didn't need a bigger master. But those are huge.
Those are huge.
These are huge dual, like these are almost like 1 ton size. So what we're talking about is the master cylinder flows a certain amount of fluid, and when you have 2 huge pistons here, if the master isn't big enough, it can't flow enough fluid to these. So that might be why he has a mushy pedal. But so these are back to just a single piston. 1 big piston, but 1 single big piston. So this is looking really good. So he's got everything hung, pads on, new calipers. The old ones are still hooked up right now. We gotta actually change out the lines.
We wanted to make sure everybody was happy before I started emptying fluid and oh crap. So everybody's together, so now we're gonna put lines on it.
Yeah. Now with new brakes, generally manufacturers do have a break-in or a bed procedure where you gotta bed in the pads to the rotors. I'm not gonna tell you how to do that. You need to go online and look at whatever brakes you bought, because they each have something different that they recommend, but they're pretty much the same. You're basically getting things up to temperature, but not letting them get too hot. But yeah, you'll do a couple stopping procedures. So look up how to bed in your brakes, depending on the brakes that you bought and the manufacturer. Just bang it on.
Putting bushings in. So
that's for the rear anti-rock. So the rear anti-rock, you can see the old sway bar is off of here that normally connected down here. So the new one actually goes, right here?
Right in the bumper, right in those 2 bumper holes.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the bar goes through to the other side right there.
If you have a factory bumper, this would bolt directly to the frame. So the lip that was on here would have been fine, but because we have a 188 wall bumper bracket, we had to cut off 188 off of here. So I cut them off. I already put that one in. I'm gonna put that one in, and then we'll bolt it up with the factory hardware.
And we're good to go.
We're good to go.
All right, so the rear bumper is on. So you can really see how tucked that is, so the departure angle on that. The tire's still in the same spot, so you're still gonna hit the tire if he keeps the tire there. But as far as this goes, you can see how clean that is. Super duper clean. There's the anti-rock, that's on there, and then the bumper is really flush. That looks really good. Oh, look at that fancy red brake lines, too.
Yeah, we're going all out.
Fancy. So if you're wondering why Brittany wasn't in this video, it's because we started this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, Brittany does not wake up until at least,
10,
what are we, 8 p.m. right now?
I've been up all day.
Well, where have you been? How come you're just now here?
Cleaning and getting the house and editing for the video that's coming out this weekend, you jerk.
So we started at 8 o'clock this morning. It's 8 o'clock tonight, and but Brittany doesn't wake up till 10 or 11. So if we ever start a video before 10, 11 a.m., it's just going to be me and Chris, because that one, she does not.
I was busy all day cleaning our room and the house and getting everything because it was.
I'll have to go look. I'll go inspect it. So we're all done. Everything's bled, everything's good. It looks super cool. It's a hovercraft right now, but so the wheels and tires need to go back on. And there's not really too much more to show. Brittany, come on over here and close this video out maybe. Or maybe fake close it out because we might need to film more. I don't know if there's enough here for a whole video.
We'll close it out just in case. Anyways, you guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, show your hands real quick, do that again. This is why I bought the most expensive paint possible in the house. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all your Lite Nation merch at LiteBriteStudios.com. All your Lite Nation decals.
I thought you were wearing a Lite shirt.
PixelDecals.com. Guys, we love you so much, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys. Wait, you have to ask him how he likes his Jeep. Wait, he's right here.
Still on the ground, still on the ground. Yep. You're down about an inch.
That's it, right there. So is the sway bar good?
Looks like it's
Beautiful.
the angle looks okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah, I got plenty of clearance.
How excited are you?
I am way excited. Thank you very much for your help.
Kevin is determined to fight this losing battle between him and the cottonwood.
Only losing if you give up.
What?
It's only losing battle if you give up. One day this cotton will be gone, and I will still be here.
He's just
Although
trying
we have a 200-year-old plus cottonwood tree out back, so I think the cottonwoods are actually.
I think the cottonwood's gonna be here, yeah, a lot longer than we are.
So guys, we're outside right now. We're letting Jelly go to the bathroom. I wanted to show you something that we got. So real quick, this is the flashlight on our phone. Hi, Jelly Bean. So that's the phone's flashlight. Now I want you to see this other flashlight we bought. Dude.
I don't even know. You probably
Look,
can't.
it's so pretty.
Can you even focus
Dude.
on that?
No wonder I have bad allergies. Look at that. Look at all that crap I'm breathing
We're
in.
breathing in all day long.
Look at that.
It's 20,000 lumens. Our buddy Ara got it for us for a housewarming gift.
Thank you, Ara.
Thank you, Ara. It's so big it comes with its own strap. It's massive.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.